Nancy, Brenda?
Hi, I'm Nancy Walters, and I'm here with Selah, Center for Women's Ministry. We open our doors January 4th in a soft opening, and just a little bit about the history of this ministry. It was founded in 1989 in Bloomington, Indiana, and the founder and the executive director is Rayova Meredith, ED. And she grew from a spirit-led conviction that although there are many social service agencies available, the element lacking in the emotional healing is the spiritual emphasis. So the Center for Women's Ministry Incorporated, Center CWM, has local centers across the U.S. and in several foreign countries. Wow. So we are here and we make ourselves available to women, and we offer women free one-on-one peer counseling. We are not licensed counselors. We are simply peer counselors who are here to walk with women through the journey of their life in the place that they might find themselves, difficult places. We also can offer to young ladies ages 13 to 18 book studies. So I don't know if I've crossed over into your territory a little bit here, yep, but we have already had our doors open to one study for young ladies. They went through Defined, and we've had one book study, and we also have one called Making Peace with Your Past, which is going to help people that maybe need to make peace with their childhood life. So I'm going to let Brenda tell you a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Brenda McGraw, and I am also a member with the Selah, Center for Women's Ministries. And our mission statement for Selah is that we will offer hope to hurting women through free peer counseling for emotional and spiritual healing. Now, all of us that volunteer there at the center have been through the Making Peace with Your Past course and through many, many hours of training for the peer counseling. As she said, we are not professionals, but our peer counseling, we have ongoing training for that, and it is such an honor to be able to hopefully help other people through their healing process, because there are a lot of hurting women and girls out there. The vision is just to be an integral social service in the community, improving the emotional and spiritual health of all women in all walks of life.
What I love about hearing from each of these three organizations is like, we're not trying to be in competition with each other. This is not, I support Good Samaritan Center, so I can't support Meet the Need, or I volunteer with Selah, so I don't have time. This is, we need all of these three community organizations because they have different target audiences that they address, helping to work with homeless populations versus the working poor, and mental and spiritual health. That's something that we could all benefit from, no matter where we're at in the social standing. So, you've kind of already answered this, all of you have, but just pretend like we have never heard of, your organization. What is something you would want us to know about it? I think most of us here are either live or work in Excelsior Springs or nearby. So what is it that you do to help Excelsior Springs, and what do you want us to know about it? So you can start from the beginning or pass it back, either way.
What I want you to know about Selah is that we are a dedicated group of women who have dedicated ourselves to helping in the peer counseling area for any woman who, even if you just need prayer, if the center is open, you walk in and someone there is going to pray with you. People come in and fill out their forms for peer counseling if they want one-on-one peer counseling. And let me assure you that this is all held in the highest confidentiality. It is definitely something that if that confidentiality is broken on our end, that person is no longer a part of the Selah ministry here, the Center for Women's Ministry. Nancy, can you think of a few things that... I'm in the spot here. I'm not much of a public speaker.
Oh, you're doing great. Isn't she doing great? They're all doing awesome.
So I think we've helped approximately 22 women on one-on-one counseling at this point. I don't know the number of people that were involved in the study groups and the Making Peace, but we're on our second Making Peace, and another group just started last week. So we have ongoing groups. So if a woman just needs to talk, sometimes you just want to talk to someone else. And we're here to help them walk that journey. We're not here to tell them what to do. We're not here to try to make decisions for them or anything like that. We're here to just sit across from them and let them share their story with us. And one thing that we do have, each one of us that have volunteered, we fill out the journey we've had in our own life. So the pitfalls, the difficulties, the goods, the bads, the uglies, whatever. We fill that out so that each woman that comes in, and she has an intake form to fill out, and she will check the different areas that she's wanting to talk with someone about. And the director then takes that intake form and attempts to appoint her with a counselor who has went through many of the same things, so that they can, understand that journey and maybe help with some things in some ways that they've came through that journey as well. And so we just want to offer that help. Mental health. If Tina Cook is the one who actually saw this ministry in St. Louis, Missouri, and it just started burning in her heart, and God just put it in her heart, then do something. So she went ahead. It's been a 3-year journey for her and 5 women that she put together to walk through all of the necessary things, the prayer and the steps to get this ministry open. We joined up a year ago with those 5 women and began our journey of going through Making Peace and then our counseling courses. And so I've lost my train of thought here. But anyway, so the mental health and the number of suicides is just astronomical. And that burden is what really was what birthed with Tina. She is in the medical field. She's a nurse. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, so it's been very special to her. I wish she could be here. She's just coming home from vacation, so she couldn't share with us.
That's understandable. Yeah. Dana, I think a lot of us have heard of Meet the Need, but what is something that we should know about, or one thing you would want to share with us?
Well, I was going to share that one of the interesting things to me, I work on the 4th Saturday at the thrift store. We have an assistance center, we have a thrift store. The thrift store is one of our main funders to the money that we have to assist people. And then we have Opportunity Cafe. But what I was going to say is it's really interesting. We still have people that come into our thrift store and they're like, oh, I didn't know you were here. We had someone from South Carolina come and purchase an accordion, and I was trying to figure out how he was going to get it home. Anyway, that was an interesting side note. But so we have the assistance center, and we set up appointments one day a week and help people any multiple ways that we can. We also have a resource sheet, and we're really good at helping people find other ways to get help, the help that we cannot help with. So we have the thrift store, Opportunity Cafe. Opportunity Cafe is really interesting, and I don't think everybody knows this, because I was in line. Well, it is delicious. I love it. But I was in line, and there was a guy behind me, and he was talking to another guy, and they were like, kind of sharing the story, and I can't just stand and listen and not give more information. So I butted myself in their conversation and told them more about Opportunity Cafe and how it is a work program. Right now we're offering the Job Corps students, they can come do a stent and they get a certificate. And we have helped, that has changed over the years, and we have helped different types of, work program. Like there was a gal that came out of prison that was able to get her hours there because she had to have a job. And people coming out of prison don't always have a way to find a job. And she was mentored and whatnot. But anyway, so that is a big part of what we do also. So when you donate to Meet the Need and eat at the cafe, you're helping with our programs.
Awesome. Kristen, same question. Grab the mic.
He's not going to use the mic.
What should we know about the Good Samaritan Center, as if we've never heard of it before?
Okay, so the best thing I can do is just start from the top of the list. Anyone may come and see me as a walk-in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 9:30 and 3:30. We are closed from noon to 1 for lunch and paperwork. But medical needs, prescription, $1,800 worth of hearing aids through the Access KC program. Ameren and the United Way saves thousands of dollars for people on our Keeping Current program. I, in fact, wrote the training video for that. It's up on the Good Samaritan Center Facebook page. We help with utilities. We help with mydss.mo.gov. So food stamps, LIHEAP applications, which is low-income heating and energy program, including the ESEP fund, which is Emergency Crisis Intervention Program. We give out TFAP commodities through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, as well as the CSFP Senior Box Program. I personally cook live on Facebook, teaching people how to use ingredients from the food that we give them, whether they come from the government or from local agencies. I partner with my director, Sarah Noblet, to do fundraising, and I also get to throw the Christmas party this year. So I bring props and I bring a sense of interest and things like that to what we're doing, because the Good Samaritan Center's been around for a long time. Most people have a lot of preconceived notions about what it is we do. I encourage you to walk in and see me at any point and understand what was said in the book of Joshua when they call us to be bold and courageous. Amen. We are to be bold. We are the children of a king who is not moved by this world, okay? And we need to be bold in the face of poverty and homelessness. Amen. And myself and my director, I'm sure as most of you can attest, are pretty bold about it. So, like I said, it's a shorter list to say what we don't do, because I am not often bound by government handcuffs and bureaucratic red tape. So we are the people who run towards the fire.
As these four women are sharing, do you hear those words from Jesus in Matthew 25 that we read earlier? Those who are sick, those who are hungry, those who are hurting. That's what these community organizations are doing. And as a church, we have the opportunity to come alongside them and to partner with them and to support the amazing ministry that they're already doing here in Excelsior Springs. So that's kind of my next question, as a church, how can we support you? How can we come alongside this amazing justice work that you're doing here in Excelsior Springs?
Well, we are always looking for volunteers to assist us with this. If anyone has a heart to help other women, we would love to have you come down. We have an open house that's coming October 14th, and starts at 6:30. So please come to the center here in Excelsior Springs and take a look around and see what we've made there, and just speak with any one of us about volunteering. We have all kinds of different areas where you can volunteer before even going through the courses and going through the training that we've received. We have receptionist needs. We have prayer partner needs, which is just an amazing part, and Nancy leads that for us there at the center. We are a 501c3 company. I don't think we mentioned that as well, and run off of the donations that come through. And God has been so mighty to come through for us on these issues. But we do run on donation. So if anyone out there has a will to assist in any way, we would love to see you come to the open house and just and see what we do there. Take a look around and pick up some literature about us and join the team, because it's all volunteer, and it is so satisfying after you have walked through your own processes to be able to help someone else through that process, and hopefully gently, if they are not already there, lead them to our true one and only healer, who is Jesus Christ.
And I know we've got some prayer warriors in this church, so maybe that's a way that you can volunteer and partner.
Absolutely. During the counseling session, we actually have a person in the back praying for that session. They don't know anything about what's going on or what's being said, but they are just there praying while we're in that counseling time. So, and that's for every counseling session that we have. I do want to say something that we are not, okay? What we are not is we are not an emergency. We've had some people walk in. Our hours are Tuesday and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that is a time that you are able to walk in just to see who we are. If you're interested in a group or having counseling, that's where you would fill out your intake form and turn it into the receptionist. It has been a little bit, I guess, misguiding to some women who've walked in and saw the walk-in hour sign and thought that they would be able to walk in and receive counseling right then. But we are not an emergency counseling situation. We will, however, pray with them, talk with them, or, try to see. We do have resources that we can send them to other places, and we are not bound by any county lines. If they want to drive 300 miles to come, they can come. So another thing that we do not offer marriage counseling at this point. But at any time that a volunteer and her husband would like to go through the courses, and so that we would be able to offer then marriage counseling, we could. And at any time, if any man saw this ministry and wanted to pick up and go through the courses and start a men's ministry somewhere, they can.
That's amazing. So Dana, same question. How can we as a church community, as people here in Excelsior Springs, come alongside Meet the Need?
Well, I did write some notes, and the first thing I wrote down was pray. So we can always use prayer. You can shop at the thrift store. You can eat at the cafe. You can donate your garage sale goods. We only take donations Wednesdays 10 to 2, second and fourth Saturdays 10 to 2. And it's really fun to see the community that waits and takes their stuff to meet the need. And we really, really do appreciate it. So you can also donate money. And finally, you can donate your time. I look out here and I see a couple of volunteers that do volunteer at Meet the Need. And that's so awesome to see them here. But it doesn't take a huge commitment. You could spend an hour, you could spend a day, or you could become a permanent volunteer. You can sort in the back, you could hang up clothing. I mean, you can do whatever your ability level is, we can find you something to do. And the food pantry is another area. We have a good group back there, but we can always use help. We have to unload trucks 2 days a week to prepare for our food pantry that we operate 1 day a week. So it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are or how able you are. So I would like to read, one of our volunteers wrote a letter, and it's really long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But I wanted to read part of it to you. This is from Penny, who does the books. It's so funny how people come and then they end up finding their niche in the organization. So this is from Penny. Volunteer gets me up and out of the house and into the world. I am part of something bigger than me, something that matters and makes a difference in the lives of real people in our communities. I work alongside like-minded people who care. I've worked with a lot of different jobs in the back, but I've found my favorite place working with the books. Sometimes I'm so tired when I get home that I just want to lay down while books are heavy, yet I feel satisfied and still eager to get back to it. We appreciate each other because we are in this together.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So Kristen, same question. How can we partner with the Good Samaritan Center, come alongside the great work you're already doing?
Okay, well, one of the first and foremost things that you can do is advocate for your own neighbors. If you see something, say something. Okay, that's important to understand that when you have a heart that is based in the kindness and goodness of Jesus Christ, then you're compelled to meet with your neighbors and build those relationships. So the number one thing you can do for Good Sam is to build a relationship, okay? That's what happened in Luke when the Good Samaritan stopped and helped the traveler. Build the relationship. Build a relationship with God and with prayer. We are all prayer warriors in my mind, be your prayers small or large, so please pray and pray often. The next thing you can do, you can join our board. We have positions open. We are trying to bring back about that coalition of churches feeling at Good Sam, as well as you can come and volunteer your time. in our food pantry, you can unload a truck. I personally unloaded an 11,000-pound truck this month, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but I actually currently have a spinal injury. So these are the people that are doing this work, as women with fibromyalgia, lupus, things like this. My director has epilepsy, and she's out there unloading the trucks with us too. So if you can move and want to move amongst people that want to do this kind of work, come and visit us. Trucks are the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 a.m.-ish. And the second Thursday of the month is the big truck where we get the government commodities food. We also turn around and deliver that to local high-rises and food deserts and things like that to make sure that people get what they need. For Christmas, though, you are all invited to our Christmas party. We have a 3-part Christmas coming up. We are super excited to be involved with DEP, which is very important in this community. But DEP, and they're doing the Christmas in the Kingdom parade this year. If you would like to play, come on down. We are looking for volunteers, time, Christmas lights, and all sorts of things, ideas. We're also doing a craft fair for older folks and a wreath building contest. Those wreaths will be hung in the Good Samaritan Center where our clients will be feeling very important as they decide who wins the wreath building contest. All crafts and stuff will be supplied, so we just want you to show up and drink some of our lemonade, eat some of our cookies, and use our crafts. But we're gonna round the season out with a toy giveaway. We're gonna have a 1985's Christmas party at the Great Hall at the Good Samaritan Center. Dates to be forthcoming, but I need a Santa Claus. I'm looking for carolers. We're looking for unwrapped children's toys. There is a bright red bin with some white kind of fluff around the top of it. If you'd like to donate a toy there, I will come around when Shannon lets me know to pick them up. But there is also a PayPal link on the side of that container. Should you choose to donate monetarily, you can designate your donations go straight towards somebody's utility bill, or perhaps the greatest need in Excelsior Springs right now, affordable housing, and housing for folks who do not have the best background, So other than that, just come and hang out with us, make relationships, and pray, pray, pray.
What I loved about each of your answers is I think that so many times as people in the church, it's the easy way out is just to write a check. And yeah, sure, money is always good, but I think what you said was really key, that it's about these relationships, that when you're actually spending time with, those who are in need, those who need prayer, those who need mental health services, it changes not only them, but it changes you. And as good Methodists, as good Wesleyans, we talk about means of grace. And a lot of times we think that that's taking time to pray or read the Bible, but means of grace also includes taking time to help the least of these. And not only do they receive God's grace through that, but we receive a measure of God's grace as well. So I want you to give these ladies a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us today. And they're going to be out in the narthex after service, so if you have questions, you can connect with them, and I'll go ahead and let you head that way as we wrap up in here. Thank you again so much.